Collect messages from the Harbor Master. That's all for now. Another day for evenings. She's needs. Someone will sign on. A blind cruiser would like a word. The proposal. Good evening, Captain, and what a marvelous evening it is. If you don't mind my saying so, and given it is my impression you are an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you are so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo, if you happen to be in the area. The cheery man will of course cover your expenses for this traveling inconvenience. We are being conned into smuggling. Accept the commission. It is only after all a trifling inconvenience. You will need at least 1 unit of space in your hold. Your hold is full, your affairs are complex, Mount Palmerston is far away and full of devils. No, we can do this. If you would be so kind to deliver this little gift to our friends in Mount Palmerston, then they will see when he gets to hear about it, and when you come back we'll cover your expenses. Bon voyage, as my aunt, who was French by birth, if not by inclination, used to like to say. It is generally somewhere northeast, that way, of London. We are smuggling souls. Very nice. You stand on the bridge with the dapper chaps locked in your hands. You keep it, it's a risk for both of you. Shorebound lovers grow lonely and sea captains die long. Throw it away. With enough time and effort you could break his heart, were he yours. We'll keep it. The sea air is cold, but the heat of your blood has warmed the metal of the locket. Keep it close. We have a sweetheart in London. My captain is male. Cool. You've lost A1 terror. New total 12. Wary. So that happened. A visit to Claremont's Tattoo Parlor. You're a real sailor after all. The Dauntless Hand. Commemorate your daring. Oh, you can get tattoos. The Wheel of Mist. This will increase your feels by 2 permanently and cure up to 25 points of terror. Mirrors. I do not have enough terror for any of this. If you want your memories on your skin, you'd be a squid. That's awesome. That's funny. We can rest in a room. We can go back to the rest of the city. Continue. Oh, yeah. We need to get paid. Fee is nominal. Well, as long as you pay me. 5 echo. The Iron Republic. Excuse me, I need to unlock this. Send this. Super, send this. Could you place your report inside? Yes, I imagine someone will read it eventually. There's always someone. Wait, this is blank. Yes, both sides. No, I assure you, no, I know these things happen in the Republic. Consider this an ex gratia payment to cover your costs. We no longer have the report. We got 1 fuel, we got 10 echo, and we lost there. Sure. Well, those were that. Been trying the original rubbery lumps, have we? Your visit to Grace Haven, confirmed. 1 fuel, 1 favors, lost port report, and we got more echo. Yeah, that was it. University. Oh yes, the University's Maritime Liaison, whispers Bradley. Oh yes, this is quite a tasty one. Let me explain it to you. He? Explains, teeth glinting. A twist in your tail and you are now favors antiquarian. What's the secret? Wait, did we get paid for that? Oh yes, we get more likes in this place. The alarming scholar is mercurial, to say the least. A creature of sudden moods and provoking teeth. Perhaps is it her, appointment as a university maritime liaison was precautionary to keep his, razor-sharp enthusiasm from causing too many injuries in the faculty. Ah yes, the scholar whispers brittlely. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? A memory of distant shores. Ask the scholar about a whisper-locked box. Memory of distant shores. Wells of emotion. As the alarming scholar listens, tears well in the depths of those shining, or is it blazing, eyes. They overflow, splashing onto the desk blotter. Stop! She sobs at last. This is too beautiful. Allow me to bring the macaw of memories I wish each individual tone recalled. The carry increasing. Yeah, we get paid, yes. And with the whisper box. Coupled light, silver tumblers will align if words are right water words. Perhaps the maker will know of the box will know. I have an idea where this is from, but it's a long way there, and I may be wrong. So perhaps I rather like the box. Perhaps you simply sell it to me for 100 echoes. Politely refuse, because I think I can get more of this. Irem, I'd say. The Arimi like locks. They like puzzles. They can make things that are honestly impossible. Their city is perched on Parabola's rim, like a hummingbird on the finger of a god. Go to Irem. Perhaps they can open it for you. Perhaps they can tell you how. The scholar has suggested she answers in Irem in the far northeast of London. I have a feeling we're gonna go northeast. And then a marvelous night out. You know this recent news. You lost another day for the evening. You lost 30 echo. New total 4. You were fortunate. You lost 5 terror. Someone whose name you do not recall afterwards. The dapper chap. It's not such a coincidence, he protests. I had to meet a ship from home. Another one. His eyes meet yours. But it's good to see you. Sure. A few hours together, share warm, new memories, hard to say goodbye this time. You lost 6 terror. I should have not done that. Pass it to Tomb Colonist. Where is Vinderbites? Take a note to Vinderbites. Alright. Let's go. Full steam ahead. This is a very open ocean. These are the waters around the Tomb Colonist. False terror flares in the cavern roof directly above you. Flares and fades. Mist bank. Carissa's Point. Hornsman's Stag. Discovered Fenderbite. Alright, we can dock here. Yes, we can dock there. We can deliver a Tomb Colonist, aka a walking mummy. Right. The trouble with Tomb Colonists, you've brought this decaying emigrant north. Now what? An absent friend. It is everything I imagined, he tells you breathlessly. But there's someone missing. Please, bring her to me. She went off to the Mangrove College. She needed to get out of London. But Fenderbite is just as safe as the college. And I'll wager she's bored of mud by now. Look for the shady sort in the Mangrove College, somewhere in the south of the Unterzee. Okay. The Tomb Colony of Fenderbite. On deck you can hear the sound the 1,000 bandits dead make as they shovel and cough. It's something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Visit the curator. The sea captains, the first curator gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all the oldest tomb colonists. But even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. Sure. No more light. The obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape, no larger than a child, lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. Listen to a whispered request. Sea Captain, Silkskin, not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors, 7 colors. Pay well. So we're gonna get colors. Cosmogon, Eragon, Pelagian, Stewart has list. Find them here and there across the wide Black Sea. Ask about Sanatorium. Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know. The chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below, not unless we go to sea. So we needed something else, somewhere to end. Ugh. Yep, I'm gonna get you your colors at some point. Page from Needbo, Erigo, Ferric, Violent, Apossian, Gant, and Cosmocon. Okay. Explore the city first. Captain, I'm a good seaman. I'm yours if you'll have me. Hey. That's the same portrait. Will you have me? I'm hungry, I'll work hard. He seems likely enough, but a little ragged and sorrowful. Strange Chansey, I've heard stories about things in the shape of sailors, so I just don't like his face. Yep. You won't be sorry what double watches. Ask anyone, they'll tell you I have a good name. Yes, yes. Eventually you can stop talking. It's too promising, if a little pitiable. Maybe further effects from this decision. I hope so. This sailor came begging to you for a berth. He's done good work, this one, but he's keeping a little shrine to the Salt, the nameless god of the horizon at the back of the hold. Permit it. Out here, Captain needs all the help he can get, even from sad, strange gods of farewells. Sure. I have a feeling that in the end I'm just gonna end up on sea with no fuel or no food. Codex is a long way to the north. Boreal reach is a snow touching positive vapor. Your crew huddles close to one of pipe and funnel. Yeah, we need the supplies. Oh, there's a dog there. The Isle of Codex. Acquire a doomed monster hunter. No one will speak, this is a challenge. Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. The exiles see many come, few leave. Some are even unwilling to communicate, but the gestures are unfamiliar, the meanings unclear, even when you can understand their answers without questions. As useless as a key without a lock. Ooh. Situation may be bleak, but I'm easily distracted. Starter's Haven. Frost found. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice. Raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove such complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the dogs. Engage an officer, the tireless mechanic. Don't have money for him. Take tea with the squatters at the dock. Swarms by the castle. Portboards. Bickering amiably, not all are Irami or Withern. There's the odd researchers, the occasional deranged ice sculptor, now and then a very cold, very sad rubbery man, but for the most part an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. We can have tea. Surprisingly warm welcome. Keeping the steps for the game of truths, a helpful riddle fisher explains as she fills your cup for the third time. Every year the people of Aram and Wither meet here for contests. She finishes vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle is one day someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a pleasant few hours while tea is supplemented with Aramid liquors, pale Withern beer, and something the riddle fisher describes blandly as a snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We keep enough to spare. The riddle fisher grins. From time to time the captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. Gain 1 fuel. Yes. You've lost 7 terror. That's all for now. You've gained 1 supplies. Woohoo. We needed this. We probably... A long flight of stairs rises glistening to a sheer tower. There is no door. Your reflection hangs in cloudy ice. You should not enter Frostfound without a good reason. You probably shouldn't do that, says one of the scatters. Ignore her. Face the wall. Examine your cloudy reflection. Close your eyes. Step forward. Shiver. Frostfound radiates both cold and a subtle chill of the heart. Did you move at all? Is it your reflection that moved? You are inside Frostfound. The corridors of Frostfound. Light. 100 rich and blinding colors filter through the ice. It's like drinking a kaleidoscope. It's like being kidnapped by rainbows. The colors shift with every step you take, revealing shiny corridors. In each and every corridor, your reflection waits. Enter the Sapphire Chamber. This corridor shimmers with a blue as rich as the sky's surface. 20 Terra, no more than 24. You aren't really in this chilly labyrinth, are you? You can open your eyes at any time and you'll be safe, won't you? Yes, we're leaving. You aren't... yeah. Perhaps not. Yeah, but we're not looking for that bad. I have no clue where London is anymore. Or the Woolstack Docks. You learn fuel, buy more before you run out, or you'll be stranded in the dark. Yeah, if I could find out where I ended up. On a lonely desert beach, there is no habitation in sight, no market, only an old rotten dock. A stretch of sand thickens in damp black earth from which sprout stunted palms. Not quite. Tall fungal growth with front like caps, as someone has sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. As you step onto the quay, you hear clamor, shouts, and shooting. You can see, off in the distance, smoke rising from beyond the hill, and dots of fire flecking the horizon. Two tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving, as if awaiting your approach. Diary of a Sea Captain. From London to Ramon we did there before we arrived. It was ashore on Mutton Island and subsequently serialized in the unexpurgated Gazette. The other's identity remains unknown. In which a delegation is made, a choice presented, war is declared, and a singular treasure is sought by all, and a new empire is found to unclaw. Is this a book? Chapter 1. The Delegation. The figures were rodents. To my left was a ratless faber, wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the high Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward first and bowed. "Welcome, Captain, to Red Star Island. I am Edgar, the second chief engineer of the 3rd Red Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice." The rat stepped back. At precisely the same moment, with what appeared to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig sculled forward and made a declamatory chirp. "Welcome, Captain, to the Isles of Cavia. I am Lady Augusta Devereux, Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches, seneschal to our King Aerisnoir, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is choice." So there are rats and guinea pigs. Just alright. The two remarkable rodents sat, squatted, both seeking my support. I knew I had to choose carefully. Right then. His eyes had a wave of gold glint to them, and he wore his scars like jewels. I spoke to the seneschal. How did an armored guinea pig manage to look regal? A rat in the making. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long measured moment before speaking roughly. "We came to this island to make a home for ourselves, away from London, its cats and snuffers, its rat-skinned suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the red star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat." The chief engineer nodded towards the distant hill. Can't see it. "One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the red star to be our light, our beacon. But the pigs of Gavi saw the light, and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them?" So we're gonna side with the rats? Really? Hello. We're playing Sunless Sea, so feel free to chime in if you want to. And the seneschal, guinea pig. The seneschal cleared her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess' own before speaking. "Aerisnoir the King," what a name, "our lord and sovereign, full 7 months had sojourned on the sea, conquered this land, and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain. No city walls will be left for him to gain, save the rats that squeak behind mountain. Unlikely was the lamp of our deliverance, assured shall be our glories and their fall. When our lady's eye restored to be to our hall." I Actually, it's not really. It just started. I did just start with this live stream, so a little bit over an hour ago. But it's a procedural generated game, so it keeps changing. I heard. I don't know much of it yet. It's you have a boat and you sail around discovering the map, which I do not have actually a map of, so I don't know where I am. I'm lost. And what I hear is you try to gather information and bring it back and get money for it. And on the left side of the screen you have food, hunger. My hunger is 4 and I have supplies 4. And this bar drops down and you eat food. Same for fuel. And your terror goes up as you encounter scary stuff or are out at sea. And basically you try not to die. And that's about it. And for the rest, it has a lot of story content apparently. So right now we need to make a choice between siding with rats or guinea pigs for their favor of supplies and fuel. The seneschal composed herself then added, "We saw through the beauty but light of Our Lady's eye on Mount Caveat. But the rats, with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics, stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rebel and we will rule them with the steel-shod velvet of our paws." So we have tyrant guinea pigs. Right. Yeah. Maybe the chief engineer can fix our ship as well. Probably not, but maybe, just maybe. Let's go with the rats, I think. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. Yes, well, we've heard this. Oh, wait, yeah, make choice. I was ready to make my choice. Oh, we can broker peace. Didn't think of it. Surely their commonalities were more numerous than the differences. Perhaps I can help them get along. If we get them to be peaceful to one another, then we might get more fuel or more supply. Or we might not get anything at all. Eh. Well, we're pretty boned anyway, so let's just go. My words helped them reach an agreement. The chief engineer and the seneschal said a look, then regarded me with scornful amusement. "Yes, you're obviously much cleverer than us." "Oh, much. You clearly know us better than we know ourselves." Apparently idealism would not help here. Oh. So that did not work. The text said something different. Why? Okay, chief engineer it is. "Hey, friend to rats." I extended a finger to the chief engineer, who shook it grimly. The seneschal hissed and chattered, the team discussed but kept their distance. "You've made the right choice. Let me show you around. Your memoirs are rat in the making. Quality is now 1. You chose to help the rats. You've gained 1 supplies, and you've gained 1 fuel." I was hoping for more, actually. Rat King it is. The chief engineer led me to the northern side of the island, skirting chicken woods. We passed through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints, as fierce-eyed rats shouldered their derringers and saluted the chief engineer. Soon we came upon a small colony, smaller than some of the infestations I had encountered in London flats, perhaps only 50 Radisfaber altogether, working diligently to fortify their side of the island. The first thing I noticed was a brilliant light, beaming out from a stump of chicken wood, about 6 feet high, and it bathed the whole settlement in a clean blue glow. It was almost too bright to look at. By its light I could see several raised mounds of earth, suggesting shallow tunnels. An efficient fishing operation was set up by the water. An albino rat mending nets while others stabbed sharpened sticks into the waves. Further inland was a barracks where a sergeant barked drills at a small squadron of fighters. Rat fighters. Oh, this game. My arrival drew attention, and several rats paused in their work to look at me curiously. "Welcome to Merinia," said the chief engineer. Voice warm with pride. "It's not much to look at now, but it will be once we've rousted the cavies. Take a stroll around while I summon the War Council." With that, he vanished into one of the mounds and left me to explore. I visited the rat barracks. I took a closer look at the rat store. I headed down the beach. I finished my exploration. Yes, how much rats do you have? The chief... Oh, we went here. "We are fighting impressive odds." I approached the drill sergeant and went so far as to salute her, which earned me a grunt of satisfaction. The sergeant dismissed the troops and offered me a bit of chickenwood jerky to gnaw on. "There's more of us below ground," she explained, "but not enough. The cavies are bigger and there's more of them. We're with better weapons, but haven't got the stuff to make them with. Most of us came here as stowaways and brought nothing but food, tools and fur on our backs. We can fish and we nibble the chickenwoods, but we can't make guns out of trees. The cavies come with their own steamer and seem to have an endless supply. We raid them sometimes, but there's so few of us, and we can never hold on to territory gained for long. But that's of no consequence. All we want is to be left in peace to build a republic. And the Red Star." She said it thoughtfully after a moment. "Of course, we want that too." Well, seems fair enough. I headed down the beach, rat mending a net. Where the green billows played. An albino rat smiled up at me from his mending work, looking dainty and a little shy. Chickenwood floats, especially when it's dried out and sealed, so we're able to paddle out a bit and cast our nets. We come up with all sorts of things. Blind fish, crabs, sometimes a chunk of broken tentacle. But the fishing would never be so good without the Red Star. He beamed. "I think it only draws good fish, and keeps the scary ones at bay. I know the chief science officer doesn't believe it, but I do. That light is our livelihood." I took a look at the Red Star. Blue as a sapphire, but endlessly more brilliant. It's not a star, of course, not really. But try explaining that to the others. The chief engineer doesn't want me working too hard to convince them. Says this is better for morale, but just look at it. Look! She offered me her goggles. I managed to... Wait, what? I managed to work them over just enough to one of my eyes to see the truth of what she was studying. It was scintillac, but unlike any I'd seen before. Blue as sapphire, but more brilliant. Something about the clarity of its color was tremendously soothing. The chief science officer tittered with pleasure as I handed the goggles back. Those of us who've been to the Cavi side of the island and lived out of it says that there's plenty of glow there. Plenty of bright in the water all around, but nothing like this. We took it from the island's center, Mount Ararat, where it's not only a mountain, of course, any more than this is a star. It's hollow, there's sweet water inside and coral crawling all up the walls of it. But nothing that glows save this. It's ours now, and no one can take it from us. If that's what you believe. War Council. The bells of the War Council rang. It was summoned. The chief engineer emerged from underground, with a motley assortment of other rats. He introduced them as weapons experts, strategists, and field commanders. "So you're going to help us beat the Cavies," he said, a hard edge to his voice. "But how exactly?" I learned to offer my advice. I determined to take the lead. I had a ship. I had cannons to steer her to the southern side of the island, and had animals. Sure, let's do that. Oh. I gave clear orders. My navigation was impeccable, but it seems the Cavies got the wind of our intentions quickly enough that they were able to man the guns of their grounded pinnace and gave us a brazen dollop of what for. Their ship was already sunk, and its crew provided only tiny targets, so it was an impossible battle. The shame of being defeated at sea by a brace of guinea boars had bad enough. Worse, however, was several members of the crew complained that the triumphant weakening of the Cavies now haunts their dreams. 5 terror, iron failed. Let's try again. Bubble hit. The rats gave me what information they possessed about the Cavi settlement, but I still had to improvise a great deal on the spot. A perfect storm of speed, stealth, and strength in arms favored us. Our cannons letting fly a volley of shot onto the beach before the Cavies could scramble onto the grounded ship to man its guns. Screams and squeals filled the air. The enemy fled. A damp hush settled over my crew as smoke cleared to reveal the torn, bloody bodies of guinea pigs littering the shore. A grim business, but I had honored my commitment to the rats and found a wealth of skittalack ringing the beach to harvest as spoils. Your Blinkmood Island spirit qualities now 3 conflicted. I have color, and we have a bill purple lining. We are more troubled. Heal Marinia, and adequate. We got stuff. The House of Cavi had fallen. Marinia was triumphant. All that remained were the celebration and the continuation of the voyage, although we feasted long into the night. Then I interceded. The White Dark Sea beckoned. We can chance to. Yeah. Albino Tinkerer. Might be able to prepare the ship. The chief engineer couldn't leave his colony, but he relayed my request to his people. The albino rather saw many nets shyly step forward. I'm good at fixing things, he said earnestly, and I'd like to see more of the world. I waited for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before accompanying him on board. We have an albino tinkerer. I see that number of copies. A grudging concession. I appealed to the chief engineer's moral fortitude and sense of fair play. Perhaps the Cavi suffered the loss of light from the center of the island. Perhaps they were only trying to get it back, not steal it from the rats. The chief engineer looked troubled at it all. We only wanted to be left alone, he said. He looked towards the seneschal, haphazardly bandaged among the rats of the prisoners. Perhaps further negotiation is possible. As I left, I saw the albino rat timidly offering a young Cavi prisoner a piece of fresh fish. We are no longer hungry. A new nation has been founded. I have a port report and yeah. No shops available. Alright. And let's see if we can make it back in time. The air carries the scent of salt and shadows. The labyrinth of heels. Home. Warmly lit windows, company peace. Thoughts of home come at the strange of time. Do you find it? Yeah, we need to go a little bit up here. Come on, we can make this. No! We were almost there. Oh. Yes, yes, we can make this. Wow. Never happier. Made it. Whew. As soon as Gangplank touches the quayside, there's a deep sea light and more taller, small, more readily able the dreams may cling. The alarming scholars and curio, to say the least. Ah yes, the Scholar Whispers. I have a budget for acquisitions, might be a problem. Enjoy the sermons. Leave. No. Continue. Cruise in Wolfstar Docks. Big mode aisle. I'm not certain I heard you correctly, but you did. Favors. Then Echo. Frost found. Is this beautiful as they say? I doubt that poets are notorious liars, but liars make bad poets. A paradox, isn't it? Never mind. Your report. You gain 1 fuel. Yes. No longer have any of this, and we have 30 Echo. Codex. Exiled for giving answers. That's Wither for you. Anything new? More fuel and more Echo. Apparently I'm to show you anyway. Very well. Assistance with subsistence. Ask if the Admiralty can provide a little fuel to cover your costs. This will take you to a dry dock where 1 point of favor will get you to retrieve fuel. You are ushered into his office of mentioned spire. Grand room with vast desk. He surveys you across that desk. Ah yes, the merchant captain of whom you hear such complicated things. Submit vital intelligence. We cannot. Submit your port reports. Visit and investigate port to gain port records. In here. Ask what he needs. No. Visit the Admiralty fuel stores. You've done good work. The Admiralty will issue you with a book of little chitties. So it says 1 point for fuel. Leadbeater and Stainrod shipyard. Admiralty yards. You may call in some of your Admiralty favors to make cheap, good quality work done on your ship. Ship is in acceptable shape. Employ Rats favor engineers. The Rats of Fondlum are remarkably skilled engineers and they know ships well. They are not, however, reliable. Payment is in kind, not currency. This will repair some of your hull. How much? Difficult to say. Unlock with no more than budget knock. Unlock with 3 supplies and unlocked with no more than. Yeah, but I cannot lose the supplies. No, perhaps not. Can I buy this? I cannot. Quarters. Min 3. No, I need provisions. Actually, I think I need more fuel. And more fuel. There we go. Only steeple engine. Can I sell this mascot team? Apparently I can't. Right, I believe that is something that I will investigate another time. Actually, because we're in a dock right now, so safest place to be. The game saves when you're in a dock, so our progress is now saved. So this seems like a really good place to put this on hold and then continue next week. That sounds like a good idea. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching this first playing of Sunless Sea, and our captain didn't die. I mean, it did look bleak at some point, but we made it to the Wolfstack docks in time. 0 fuels left, and now we have 7 fuel and we have 5 food, and we should go out explore next time a little bit more carefully, but hey, what's a little risk taking there? So yeah, join us next time. Let's see you then. Bye bye.